The tragic end of James Dean, a look at his life and secrets of his death. In the glittering world of Hollywood success, one name stands out above the rest: James Dean. But besides the rebellious persona and iconic movies comes a devastating narrative of the tragedy that drastically altered the path of history. The facets of James Dean's life and the curious circumstances surrounding his tragic death. Join us as we unearth the mystery that spans celebrities where curses meet with fate. In the twilight of September 30th, 1955, in the enigmatic realm of Cholame, California, a sinister twist of fate seized Hollywood's prodigal son, James Dean. A seeker of speed and fire, he embarked on a treacherous voyage towards a clandestine battle of wheels, only to be ensnared in the merciless jaws of destiny at the convergence of forgotten roads, where his ethereal presence was forever silenced. In 1954, James Dean secured a role in the film East of Eden and rewarded himself by purchasing a 1955 Triumph Tiger T110 motorcycle and a used red 1953 MG TD sports car. However, his love for speed didn't stop there. In March 1955, he traded the MG for a brand new 1955 Porsche Speedster and exchanged the Triumph motorcycle for a Triumph TR5 Trophy. Dean's passion for racing was undeniable, and he put his Speedster to the test at the Palm Springs Road Races, where he impressively finished first and second in different categories. During the filming of Giant, Warner Brothers restricted Dean from participating in any racing activities, but the desire to push boundaries was too strong for Dean to resist. He placed a deposit on a Lotus Mark IX sports racer, eagerly awaiting its arrival. However, the wait proved too long, and he decided to trade in his Speedster for an even faster and more powerful 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder. Excited about his new acquisition, Dean entered the upcoming Salinas road race event. It was during this time that the infamous nickname Little Bastard came to be associated with Dean's Porsche. Some say it originated from a friendly exchange between Dean and stunt driver Bill Hickman, while others claim it stemmed from a remark made by Warner Brothers president Jack L. Warner. Regardless of its origin, Dean embraced the name and had the words Little Bastard painted on his beloved race car, defying the racing ban imposed by Warner Brothers and showcasing his rebellious spirit. Dean's determination to race the Little Bastard in between his acting projects was a bold statement, a way to prove that he couldn't be held back. Little did he know that this car would later become a symbol of his untimely and tragic end, forever etching his name in the annals of Hollywood history. On a fateful day in 1955, James Dean, the iconic actor known for his rebellious spirit, embarked on a journey to Salinas, California. Accompanied by his mechanic Rolf Wutherick and photographer Sanford H. Roth, Dean prepared his beloved Porsche Spyder, affectionately nicknamed the Little Bastard, for the upcoming sports car races. Initially planning to tow the Porsche behind a station wagon, Dean decided to seize the opportunity for more driving experience and set out behind the wheel. Their adventure began with a stop at a local market for coffee and donuts before hitting the road. Dean and his companions made their way north on the Golden State Highway, their destination, the Salinas races. However, fate intervened when Dean was pulled over by a vigilant California highway patrolman for speeding. Dean received a ticket, and he and his friend Bill Hickman altered their route to avoid Bakersfield's congested downtown area. As they continued on their journey, Dean's Porsche, with its powerful engine, surged ahead, leaving the trailing station wagon in its dust. But tragedy awaited them on Route 466 near Shandon. A 1954 Tudor, driven by Donald Turnipseed, turned left, crossing into Dean's lane. Realizing the impending collision, Dean attempted a desperate maneuver to avoid the crash but was unsuccessful. The two cars collided with devastating force, sending the Porsche tumbling and the Ford skidding down the road. The accident attracted the attention of passers-by, who rushed to the scene to render aid. Captain Ernest Tripke and Corporal Ronald Nelson of the California Highway Patrol arrived shortly after. Dean was extracted from the wreckage, critically injured, while Wutherick, thrown from the Spyder, lay nearby, also badly hurt. They were rushed to a nearby hospital, but Dean's injuries proved fatal. His death certificate listed a broken neck, multiple fractures, and internal injuries. The tragic accident left a void in the entertainment world, claiming the life of a rising star. The circumstances surrounding Dean's last moments remain a topic of speculation, with conflicting accounts of his final words. Nevertheless, his legacy lives on, forever etched in the hearts of his fans and the annals of Hollywood history. An inquest was held in San Luis Obispo regarding the fatal car crash involving James Dean and Donald Turnipseed. During the proceedings, Turnipseed claimed he didn't see Dean's car until he was already turning left onto Route 41. The jury ultimately ruled the death as accidental, absolving Turnipseed of any criminal intent. Despite the lack of charges, Turnipseed carried the weight of the tragedy for the rest of his days. He chose not to speak publicly about the incident, focusing instead on a successful electrical contracting business until his death from lung cancer in 1995. On the other hand, Rolf Woodrich, who underwent multiple surgeries after the crash, returned to Germany in 1957 with psychological and legal issues. He found work with Porsche's testing department and participated in rallies and racing teams. However, tragedy struck again when he lost control of his car and crashed into a residence, resulting in his death at the age of 53 in 1981. The curse of James Dean's car, known as the Little Bastard, has captivated America's imagination, weaving a tale of tragedy and mystery. It all began with a haunting encounter. British actor Sir Alec Guinness, on a fateful night in September 1955, warned Dean never to get in the car. Guinness's chilling words prophesied Dean's death within a week, a prediction that would tragically come true. The curse gained momentum when George Barris, the renowned king of the customizers, acquired the wrecked car and exhibited it publicly in 1956. Barris soon spun a web of stories, recounting a series of eerie accidents and crashes involving the Little Bastard. Spectators were gravely injured, and a truck driver even lost his life. However, some argue that these tales were inspired by Barris's own book, Cars of the Stars. Meanwhile, the car's remains changed hands several times. Dr. William F. Estrich, a racer who had competed against Dean, repurposed Porsche's engine for his Lotus 9 race car. Tragedy struck again when another doctor, Dr. McHenry, using Dean's car's drivetrain, crashed and lost his life. McHenry became the sole recognized victim of the curse. Controversy surrounds Barris's involvement in Dean's racing activities and the customization of his cars. While some deny his role, Barris eventually received the mangled body of the Spider and attempted to rebuild it. He even loaned the Little Bastard to the National Safety Council for a grim exhibit titled James Dean's Last Sports Car. Throughout the years, the Little Bastard was subject to fire, theft, and even disappearance. Barris's choice to misplace the car, perpetuating the Dean myth, is suspected. The whereabouts of the car today remain unknown, but fragments of the car, including a piece of aluminum and a passenger door, have surfaced in various auto museums. While Dean's Porsches remain elusive, a few components such as the 4-cam Porsche engine and the transaxle assembly have found their way into the possession of collectors. The search for Dean's iconic car continues, keeping alive the legend of the ill-fated Little Bastard. Dean's funeral, held in 1955, drew a crowd of 600 mourners, with an additional 2,400 fans gathering outside the church to pay their respects. His body was laid to rest at Park Cemetery in Fairmount, not far from his childhood home. Over 2 decades later, a striking memorial was erected in Cholame, California, to honor Dean's memory. The location of the crash that claimed Dean's life, less than a mile away, influenced the choice. The sculpture bears the dates of Dean's birth and death, a touching quote from The Little Prince, and an infinity symbol, symbolizing his everlasting impact on the world. As we conclude our video, the mystery surrounding James Dean's terrible death remains in the air. His tragically brief existence continues to intrigue and captivate our collective imagination. If you found this look into James Dean's life and the mystery surrounding his death as fascinating as we did, please be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And stay tuned for more interesting stories from the world of cinema, where legends live on and secrets are revealed.